Hey everybody, welcome back to PUKE. Just getting ready to get started on my sprinkling system. Gotta make some major changes to the layout of my sprinklers. I just redid the main line I guess it's been 2 years now, because I had a main break where it was going and had to reroute everything. But I also had to reroute everything in preparation for our addition. So I'm here at my new box that I got all situated a few years ago. Made it all nice and pretty. Reconnected all my sprinkler lines from the old main that was running the other direction. And now I've got to reroute and change sprinklers because we are now in the process of doing an addition to the house that is going to take up the back side of this house here, and also future putting in a shop in this section of the yard. So all of this grass over here and all of this dirt that's here that used to be grass is no longer going to be needing water. So the fire pit I just took apart to get rid of, and we're going to be taking some of this sprinkler pipe that's here and moving it to where we're going to have grass. So I'm going to get started on that. Digging up, finding where my sprinkler lines are currently running, figuring out where they need to run, and getting it all situated, ready for the addition to be completed. So I'll be bringing you guys along for the ride. So let's get it done. Okay, just kind of give you guys a little bit of a glimpse of what I've already done. Dig out all the sprinkler heads from all these locations. Took out all the sprinkler heads from all the way down here. We had a wall put in, and then the fence put back up on top of the wall. So all of this is going to be cement for a driveway, and then basically where the AC unit is, all along that side of the house, down here, and this back side of the house to where the little owl is on the porch back there is where the addition's going to go. So I have to move sprinklers, and back here is where the shop's gonna go. So I'm just coming out here to try and figure out where all my lines run, which ones run which way, so I can cap off the right ones and redirect the ones that I need to, and make sure it's all running the way that it needs to. So we're gonna get started with that. Okay, I'm just gonna start digging around my box that I set up a couple years ago, and try and remember which way I ran all these pipes, and start there. Okay, just real quick, I just dug down 3 or 4 inches and lifted up the edges, slid the
shovel underneath to pry up the grass. So I got a nice semi-level piece to throw back on there when I get all the dirt out. And I'm just going to start digging down to reveal the pipes and where they're at. Okay, just want to grab the tarp real quick, threw the lid back on the manifold box. Got a tarp, throw the dirt on the tarp, keeps it off the grass so you don't have to try and dig it out of the grass. And just makes for easier cleanup when you're done. But go ahead and start digging down to discover where these sprinkler lines are going from the manifold. Okay, we'll take a ride over here. We can see, if you remember, in this box I have 3 manifolds for the 3 different lines, and I found 1, 2, and 3 pipes. So now I know which pipes go to where. This pipe here goes in my first slot here. This pipe here goes into my second slot, and then this pipe here, even though it's running down here, actually tees off right here and goes in my third slot right there. So good to get a little garden shovel when you're digging around sprinkler pipe. You always need to be careful. I may or may not have nicked this blue pipe up here. Now you can see it. This blue pipe runs a sprinkler head that's right up against the fence, right up there, right there. So I may or may not have nicked this guy with the big shovel. I'll have to check that and see when we have water. We won't have water for another month. That's why I'm trying to get this done. We have secondary water here, so this pipe runs out to the backyard. This pipe runs to my drip system along this side of the house, and it ran the drip system over there by the tree and the fire pit, and that's all going away. So we've got to block this line off that goes right here for the drip system. We need to block it off at that end completely. Don't have to worry about it anymore. This one here runs that sprinkler, obviously, and then it runs a sprinkler here, and then it ran sprinklers around the side of the house going that way. And when I moved the sprinklers, it ran all the sprinklers along the fence line in the backyard, which aren't obviously needed anymore. So I need to cap that one off right by the big green bush inside our makeshift dog run here. So this green bush right there, I need to block it off somewhere right there, and then run the line out this way to go around the addition that's going to be right there. So it'll water this lawn here and some of the lawn over by the tramp, basically just right underneath the very corner of the tramp right there. So, and then the big sprinklers will run to water all of this out here. So that's what I needed to discover for this first little bit. So now I know which sprinkler lines run where. I'm also going to be moving this faucet that's back here behind the gate here. I don't know if you can see that through the fence, but there's a faucet. I'm going to move that up against the fence right up here by this other sprinkler. So I've got to pull that line out that runs off the trunk and put it up there. So I'll have to dig out some more of this box, but that'll be for another day. Right now I'm pretty satisfied. I know what's going where now, or I'm remembering what's going where now. It's been a couple years since I did it, so now I remember where everything goes. Now I know which lines I need to cap off, which lines I need to start moving, and we'll continue on with this project. But to give you an idea, right about here where my shovel's pointing, we will come this way with a trench to just the other side of our dog fence here, and that trench will run down here, and it will run right around in this area. So we'll have some sprinklers here and there, and going around the corner of the addition there. It's right here, so they'll go around the corner there and come this way. And then this right here that I found the other day is actually a line that curves and goes out there in the middle somewhere that connects to the box to run these sprinklers. So I'll tee off of this right around in this area and bring that down to basically the fence line down here. Probably be using that sprinkler pipe that I just found today. This is the old run. You can see the fat one is for the big sprinklers. This little one that's underneath is for the drip system that's over here that's going away. And those lines run right underneath where the shop is going to go and are not going to be needed anymore. They run to right here where I've cut them off and took out a sprinkler head from here. And this is that line that we just showed that goes on the diagonal right there. So that is going to be taken out. All of that line is going to be taken out. Probably reuse it for this new run. No real big need to use brand new pipe for this stuff, especially when I've got probably hundreds of feet of it that I've pulled up from old sprinkler lines that are going away. So reduce, reuse, recycle, right? We'll use what we've got and it'll work great for many, many years to come. So I think I'm gonna leave this here like this because I gotta dig out around it more anyway to put the faucet from back behind that bush, which was a dumb idea. My wife reminded me of that, and I agree, it was a dumb idea. She's smarter than me. I should listen to her more often. But move that one to up here by the fence and make it more usable, more accessible in the future, because back behind that bush it's kind of hard to get to, especially when they're in full bloom and have grown over and just kind of get in the way of getting back there. So that is where I'm at right now. I'll continue with this project. It's going to take a while, probably, you know, we're looking at a good week and a half of working on it. But when I come out to work on it, I'll make sure to record I may not be able to start till next weekend when I can get a trencher and a sod cutter. I got to get a sod cutter to get some sod for my neighbor, because we ripped up some of his putting the wall and the fence in for the addition. So I'm gonna put some back on his property so that he's not just in dirt and his dogs are running in mud and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully next weekend I'll have some sod to put over there for him, and I'll get sod taken out and give it to the neighbors that need it, or put it on KSL and anybody can come pick it up that wants it. But for now, this will just be a flash to you guys, and we'll be back working on the sprinkler project for the PUKE channel in PUKE Nation. Okay, on this sprinkler project, real quick, I got some paint here, just some cheap, some a little bit more expensive, but they're different colors. And I'm just gonna mark on my lid to my manifold the different colors for the 3 different lines. I color coded the paint out on the lawn. It's kind of faded now, it's been about a week, but I'm gonna color code on the box real quick, just a dot to indicate what line is what in conjunction with the line, and where it goes on the lawn, just so I remember, so I don't forget, because sometimes, you know. So I'm just going to take red here and put a dot right there for red. Not very much red paint left here. There we go. And then I've got purple. Not easy taking the lid off with one hand. So I've got purple. That's our purple line right there. And then I've got this peach color or whatever it is. Not that it matters. Coral Isle. So that's the 3rd line. So that way I just know which line's which for when I get all this set up again and get it trenched and mapped out. So anyway,